Okay, so we're back out in the shop. I know it's been a while since we've posted anything, but we're out here. I got the bikes behind me. We got some stuff to do today. It's not like it used to be. In fact, this is gonna be the last 2 times we have these bikes around. They're getting sold, and not for the reason you think. We're not upgrading this time. So last year, I spent almost the whole time working in my basement. I had no free time. Everything was tight, and so I didn't have time to film and edit. I probably should have. I think I lost some money filming the journey that I went through, going through that. I think I rode my 450 100 miles last year, maybe. So that was a pretty pathetic year. These guys, the last 2 years, have been transitioning to football. What? And not only football, but these guys are getting pretty damn good into their weightlifting. And so actually Tyler, we did a YouTube short. He put up a 125-pound bench press, and I think that video got like 9,700 views. YouTube shorts are different than views for anything, but now like 45 days later, he just put up 135. Eddie Hall's son's at 143, and Tyler's 11. And so what's happened though is you dedicate yourself to new things, time's been cutting out. And so with all that said, the kids are getting closer to the point where they need to change bikes, and we're just not riding enough. And so Liam over here transitioned to quarterback last year, and in January, wrestling around, he broke his thumb. He's only had his cast off for 2 weeks. And so he got his first taste of being broken, like not just hurt. He's a pretty tough kid. As you've seen before, he's taken some pretty good crashes on this channel. Well, a very good crash on this channel. Where's it hurt?
Everywhere.
From that crash, he actually has a scar on his arm from the road rash of going down. So he broke his thumb wrestling with him, got just jerked back, and yeah, they were wrestling around and he fell down, got spun after he slammed him. Anyway, so he broke his thumb at midnight, just grabbed some ice, pretty tough kid, went to sleep, didn't wake up mom and dad. We saw it the next morning, we're like, that don't look good. Long story short, it's broke. Goes in a temporary cast. And so he had his first experience of being laid up, and he's fine with future broken bones or other things happening. But both the kids are at the realization here that football is their priority, and if they're going to be laid up in a cast, they don't want it to be from a motorcycle crash. So that's the decision. They came to it. I fully support it. And so what we're going to do today, before we sell these, the 125 came with a Pro Circuit top triple clamp. We're going to leave this bar, but we're gonna take this clamp and stuff off, and we're gonna see if it'll fit on the 110 and keep a riser, because this bike's still staying around. I'm never selling this bike. This bike is always gonna be for out here for the property, having fun. Yes, we know, a little hypocritical. You can break bones on this too, you can get hurt, but this is, we're still willing to take the risk on the pit bike. We're still willing to just keep riding it. And as far as myself, I'm keeping the 450, I'm keeping my Suzuki. This bike is completely paid for. I own the title. If I sell it, I'll never get it back, and I got years left of riding. This bike will be on the channel in the future again. I'm still going to use it. I'm going to ride with Dan. I'm going to ride with my dad. So anyway, I'm going to change oil on the 110 so it's ready for the season. The 125, we're going to do the swap, put a battery in it, change the oil so it's ready to be sold. And then we're going to fast forward. I'll take you guys to our new basement, the weight area we've got going, kind of show you what we've been doing for those that you want to see. Maybe I'll show you a couple of their football highlights. Feel free to judge. Are they good for 11 and 12 years old? Is it dad's hype, or is this something the kids should keep doing? Let's see how much clutch and metals on this. That's not bad for the amount of hours on this. That's pretty good. Whoops. I would say the 110 and 125 for a year of riding both look the same.
There you go.
Okay, let's look at the 110. I would say the 110 bolt is a little dirtier, probably clutch fibers. It gets rode hard. And there's the 85 getting all cleaned up. And my GoPro, after sitting in storage for a little over a year, is being really glitchy. I don't think the batteries are good anymore. So I'm gonna go ahead and skip the part of taking this off. It's very straightforward. We're gonna swap, we're gonna keep the stock bars. So I'm just gonna take the cap off. And then right here, we're gonna loosen it from the triple clamps. And you got your stem nut. Other than that, that pops right off. So I'm not too worried about showing that. Pretty easy swap. Enjoy the 90.
What?
aren't you in gear? I bet it'd go. Hang on. Okay. So the bikes are loaded. I just haven't pulled them tight yet. So the 85 has been cleaned up. Here's the 125. I didn't have a good strap for this side, so a bag to protect the handlebars from being scratched. But if you can see, we're back to factory clamp right here. We're gonna let it go with the Pro Taper bar, the Pro Taper controls on both, because the 110 is not a clutch, so I have no use for it there. I don't really need to keep them in a drawer for 10 to 15 years. So they're set to go there. And then on the 450L, I changed the oil today. The reason I can't keep those levers for me is because, and you're not gonna see it, but on a street legal bike, if you can hear the click, the brake light lever gets pushed by a little extra nubbin, and so you need specific levers for that. So I'll do those. I mean, people make them, so I'll switch that eventually. But anyway, so here is the triple clamps on the 110. I did open the cockpit up a little bit with the forward position right here, so it feels better. Out here on the 5 acres, they're gonna have this toy. They're gonna have the 90 you saw, and they'll ride around. And then we're gonna do a video just on this. My nephew Evan got a KTM SX300 last year. Like I said, I was too busy in the basement not doing anything. He took the factory plastics off. He's gonna put a kit on it this year. So, but at some point I've gotten to ride this bike. It's really cool. We'll do a video kind of covering this one, because I should have more availability this year. And I changed oil on my bike today. So yeah, the channel will still be around. I'm not gonna get rid of it. We're still gonna do things. Might show you guys some sports as we go, but let's go ahead and fast forward to home so you can see where we've been when we haven't been in the shop. Okay, so this is the basement that I've been working on for so long, and like kind of a lot of contractors, I got so close to being done, but I'm missing some trim on the floor, and the windows aren't done, and I gotta paint the pocket door and get that in the bathroom. But anyway, this is what we've been working on, creating a home theater spot that we can come in, watch movies as a family, chill out, and then along with the football, and the kids made a mess in here, we started lifting about a year ago. And so a lot of people don't agree with letting kids lift. I'll say quick version. Lifting is fine. Lifting is good for the kids. You ever heard of a strong farm kid? What do you think that hat came from? So with the kids, the simple way to put it is, don't have them sitting here doing heavy weights at 3 or 5 reps. You start them off, starting with accessory lifting for all free weights, and having them do 12 to 15 reps at weight before you move them up to another. So right now what the kids do is, if they're bench pressing, they got to do 2 sets of 12. Once they've surpassed that, then they can add 5 pounds. And so I posted a video of Tyler. He put up a 125-pound bench press. It was just a YouTube short. But now, like a month and a half later, he just put up 135. And so this is where we put a lot of time in. We lift 3 to 4 days a week. It's good for me. I've been doing it with them. And we're gonna expand this. We're gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna get a cage over here when the bikes sell, and then move those weights and some stuff over here. The way I look at it with them, I was their riding partner with motorcycles. I'm their training partner with football. And 2 years ago, I started coaching in their club league. And this year, I'm probably gonna be head coach for the 7th grade team. And I'm grateful to spend the time with my kids. They're my sons, I love them. It is time consuming. It is incredibly time consuming to coach youth sports to the level that these kids put. And so Liam, he is typically been the fastest on all the teams. That lightweight, skinny little kid can just fly, but he's tough as nails. And he started off as mainly like a slot, so he was doing receiving, running. And then halfway through this last season, he stepped up. We kind of designed a trick play around him, threw this 25-yard bullet, got a touchdown, and I knew he was actually capable of it a long time. And so a couple games later, he earned and took the starting QB position from the other kid. And so now him and Tyler are with Provision Academy. That's here local. It's a bunch of collegiate and a couple former NFL players, and it's training the kids up to play football. Tyler is a lineman through and through. I remember when he had his chest protector and helmet, he had such a little gap. They didn't make a neck collar in the world that would fit him. So he is just like naturally born, no neck, big shoulders. That kid's meant to be a football player. That's just what he's really designed for, and he loves it. He was our best. So as a 5th grader on our 5th, 6th grade team, he was the best offensive lineman we had. Now, that position doesn't really get celebrated. A lot of people don't pay attention to linemen, but he's damn good at it. Defense, he needs to pick up the aggression a little bit, so we're working on that. So his goal, before he turns 12, 11 years old, he wants to bench 160, which would be amazing for a kid his age to do that. So, you know, when we started this channel, I didn't really have a full intent for it. I used to just post random videos of what I was doing, and I think I'm going to go back to that. The motorcycle focus that did grow the channel, that got us to almost 10,000 subscribers. For those of you that subscribed only for motorcycles, I'm still going to keep my bike over the years. I'm still going to be using them. I hope to use them more. But, you know, it's changed. That's, you know, this is where we're at right now. There, between working out and football with the kids, it's hard to find time to do everything. So I think what I'm going to do here in the coming months is I need to finish what needs to be done. I need to get sound panels up on here, cut the echo back. I'd like to do maybe a little bit of a recap of the mistakes I've made down here, because there are mistakes. They happened. Why did I pick the brand of speakers I did? Why did I go with the receiver, the TV? Why did I do the things I did? And so, and like I said, I haven't even finished trimming or painting the doors down there, because it kind of just gets lost in thought, because everything else down here works. So anyways, that's enough rambling. For those of you who have watched the video to this point, as always, thank you. Sorry we don't post as much anymore. Kind of been going through a recalibration, so to speak. But I will try to still keep posting occasional videos moving forward, now that I'm not spending all my weeknights and weekends that happen to be free working down here, because that really is what the last 2 years were. It was work, sports, work on the basement. So things have calmed down a little bit. There's a little bit more free time, and we'll see what we can do with it. So other than that, thanks for watching. As always, keep on riding. Bye.